So, folks, one of the funnier bits of news that came out today that I wanted to talk about is about Alan Dershowitz. Now, I know you might be thinking, the guy connected to Jeffrey Epstein, and yes, that is the guy we're going to talk about, though we're not going to be talking about his ties to Jeffrey Epstein today. Instead, we're going to be talking about his connection to Donald Trump, and very specifically, a recent report from the Wall Street Journal. Now, you guys, you're not ready for this. Yes, the pierogi pest himself. So, Trump told by Alan Dershowitz constitutionality of third term is unclear. That headline alone, it's kind of like, what does that mean? Is Alan Dershowitz telling him that a third term is nebulous and he shouldn't pursue it? Or, you know, what's the circumstance? Like, tell me more. I'm interested, Wall Street Journal. And I have to say, it's very funny. President Trump on Tuesday received and discussed a draft copy of a book by lawyer Alan Dershowitz that studies whether Trump could constitutionally serve a third term as commander-in-chief, according to the veteran legal advisor. This motherfucker wrote a book to give to Trump about whether or not he could run for a third term. And guys, what is in this book is crazy. So basically what he's trying to say and trying to argue in this book is that if Donald Trump somehow throws the election over to Congress to decide who the next president is going to be, then the delegates from the states get to decide if Donald Trump could be a president, and that would somehow constitute a loophole that would allow Donald Trump to be president again. Except that's not how it works at all. It's genuinely, he sat down and wrote a goddamn fantasy novel about what he thinks would maybe sort of get President Trump maybe able to claim a third term. It's genuinely silly as hell. Yeah, no, it's just repackaged January 6th garbage. It's just what if we did January 6th again, but this time make it the whole election cycle? Make it the whole thing in 2028 at 82 years old. Let's just do January 6th again, baby. Yeah, I'm sure this guy who's soup-brained as hell is going to be up for trying to do another attempt to comically coup the government. It's genuinely wild. And the title of the book is called, Could President Trump Constitutionally Serve a Third Term? So creative, Alan. No notes. What a wonderful piece of work you're doing there. All right? Another thing buried in this article, relevant to what we were just talking about, Dershowitz said that his ideas seemed to resonate with a leading Trump campaign donor, businesswoman Miriam Adelson. After meeting with Trump, Dershowitz said he later spoke with Adelson, who was at the White House to attend a Hanukkah party. Dershowitz said that after he showed Adelson a draft copy of the book, she said to him, "Is this real? Oh my God, I hope this can happen." Adelson was later brought on stage by Trump during the holiday party and confirmed she had spoken with Dershowitz about the idea of a third term. "I said, Alan, I agree with you, so we can do it." Adelson told the crowd about her discussions with Dershowitz. As the crowd chanted 4 more years, the billionaire donor turned to Trump and said, "Think about it." The president faced the crowd and said, "She said, think about it, and I'll give you another $250 million. So, interesting stuff going on here. And look, Alan Dershowitz is a top-tier lawyer, okay? He's a top-tier lawyer. Just look at him, all right? We should trust his legal analysis on this one, despite all the evidence to the contrary. I mean, would a bad lawyer wander up to a pierogi stand and on camera and try to argue about why he deserves to be served pierogies while threatening litigation against a humble pierogi stand owner while people laugh at him?
An effort to try to restore community and to ask you to sell me pierogi in the interest of keeping the island together so we don't have to have 2 pierogi stands one for anti-Zionists and one for people who will sell to everybody. So I'd ask you to please just sell me any one of your products to show that.
Can I just say, holy shit, what a fucking vibe. This person's shirt. Oh my god. I didn't notice that before I played the clip. When I watched it last time, I didn't notice her shirt. Oh my god.
You're prepared to sell to anybody and not allow your anti-Zionism to decide which people will sell. Will sell to.
Ethan, this man is calling me an anti-Zionist.
Excuse me, this man is a saint.
I also offer you this book, which
thank you.
I signed it to you.
God, Alan Dershowitz just keeps trying to give people books all the time.
To Krem, please learn the truth.
Thank you so much, Alan. Thank you so much. I am very surprised that you're here because of the things that you've been saying about us and the business.
No, just you. Yeah.
Online.
Yeah.
Well, good pierogi is our business and Krem is me. And I really do not appreciate what you've been sharing in the last week since. Is it true?
Of course.
You have proof that I am an anti-Semite.
Yeah, you protested the Jewish Culture Festival last year, which had nothing to do with Israel or Zionism. It was just Jewish food, Jewish music, Jewish art, and you protested it, and the rabbi said that was an anti-Semitic act. Do you disagree with that?
I do disagree with that.
You think it's okay to protest Jewish cultural events and not be called an anti-Semite?
Thank you.
My vendor just called me over.
Excuse me,
They
what
let me
this
know
man
that
is
a word that
saying.
you used made them
What
feel a
this
little
man is
uncomfortable.
saying.
Anti-Semite. That's what they
What
just let
this
me know.
man is saying.
Anti-Zionist and
just called me
Can't
anti-Semitism.
protest Jews at all.
And they just let me know that made them feel uncomfortable. So if there's anything I can do to help complete this transaction,
I offered him this book too.
I see
My
that.
pronouns are they, them.
Stop trying to offer people books, Alan. Stop it. Stop it. It's not working out for you. You're not getting those pierogies.
And you know about this, that my pronouns are they, them, and you continue to misgender me.
You know, I use them all the time.
No, you just called me him, so
Well,
please stop
people
lying.
have slips of the tongue.
You
You are
don't have
they,
slip.
you are them. I'm happy to use whatever pronouns you want. This is not about that. This is about you protesting a Jewish event. You did? Did you protest the Jewish event?
Holy shit, someone's holding a sign that says Jeffrey for president with a picture of Alan Dershowitz saying Jeffrey Epstein was not a pedophile. Holy shit.
You won't answer that question? You're
Alan, I want to introduce myself.
Hi, I'm Alan.
Yeah.
If you think someone is a bigot, why would you want to eat their pierogi? Excellent question. I guess maybe their pierogies are just so good that that Alan Dershowitz is willing to overlook their bigotry in order to have them. I mean, after all, it's called good pierogi. They must be living up to their name. Honestly, they should change it to great pierogi if that's the power of their culinary expertise.
Talia. I'm a Jewish member of the community who's one of the organizers of the peaceful Jewish-led protest
Against?
outside of the Jewish Cultural
The Jewish
Festival.
Cultural Festival. You
Could you
protested
please
the
let me
fact that you're
finish?
Jewish doesn't
This is
matter.
not a cross-examination, it's a conversation.
Okay.
Okay?
Also, just like he shows up, he's like, "Look at you, Jews, anti-Semitically protesting." Like it's genuinely fucking crazy. They're protesting a genocide. They're not protesting Jewish people, as evidenced by the fact that they are, in fact, Jewish people.
To know how much of the vineyard supports this bigotry.
Alan, listen
Hey,
to me.
don't call us bigots. Don't call us bigots. My parents.
They need to just start pointing fingers and calling him a pedophile defender. You know, like, I'm sorry, you defended one of the most notorious child sex traffickers of the modern era. Get the fuck out of here.
My grandparents died in the Holocaust.
Jesus Christ. My grandparents died in the Holocaust. Man. And look, he's loving it. He's like just smiling. He thinks it's a great time. Right? And the thing about Alan Dershowitz here is that he really doesn't give a fuck. He just wants the pierogi. Like, he didn't get a pierogi before, and he tried to sue the stand for not serving him pierogi.
Don't you call me an anti-Semite.
Everybody flee with banners that said, all liberation is inextricably linked. My Jewish culture is a history of resistance.
Also, just a reminder, Alan Dershowitz has been to Jeffrey Epstein's island, and his defense when it was alleged that he perhaps had engaged in some kind of illicit behavior with an underage girl, his defense was his underwear stayed on the entire time.
Against genocide. We are not anti-Semites. We stand against oppression of all people.
We protested a Jewish cultural event.
No, we did not.
Why are you telling me what I protested?
Yes, exactly.
Everybody was there. They saw it.
You didn't. Were you there?
You were there?
Of course I was.
Did you? You weren't there.
Of course I was.
Truth is subjective, okay? We get to all
That's
have
what
opinions.
all bigots say.
You're
lying about everything.
Alan, you're
Please do not bully us. Please do not call us bigots.
Bullying you. You're the one who
We
wouldn't
are-
sell me my pierogi.
Yeah.
Yeah, just real quick before we get back to pierogies.
I just wish to reiterate and to reaffirm the statements which have already been made on my behalf by Buckingham Palace.
Britain's Prince Andrew speaking out for the first time today to deny accusations that he had sex with an underage girl, allegedly being kept as a sex slave. That young woman also claims she was forced to have sex with high-profile defense attorney and Miami Beach resident Alan Dershowitz, who also denies those accusations. Local 10 News investigator Bob Norman spoke with Dershowitz today.
She's an admitted prostitute. She's a serial liar.
Attorney Alan Dershowitz today lashed out at his accuser, Virginia Roberts, who swore in a new affidavit that he had sex with her while she was an underage, quote, sex slave of wealthy Palm Beach financier Jeffrey Epstein.
She's lied.
But she wasn't lying about being sexually abused by Jeffrey Epstein as a minor, correct?
That is between her and Jeffrey Epstein.
Roberts, one of dozens of underage girls allegedly recruited by convicted sex offender Epstein, also released new photos, including this one she says was taken by Epstein when she was about 15. In the new affidavit, she claims Dershowitz had sex with her 6 times at Epstein's residences, as well as on his jet and private island, and swore to seeming new details regarding alleged sex with Prince Andrew at Epstein's order when she was 17. The two are photographed here in London.
I can tell you she is still a prostitute. She is selling false stories now for money about me.
Do you have any concern calling her a prostitute when she was victimized at such a young age by this wealthy man?
She was not victimized. She made her own decisions in life.
But at the age of 15, some would say that's a little young and that she was taken advantage of.
I'm talking about the age of 19. Look, that's between her and the federal government.
Look. Sure, you might have been a sex trafficked child, but when you're still, indentured by your enslaver, you're responsible for your own actions. This guy's a heinous piece of shit. No one should ever serve him a pierogi again.
And the people that she claims victimized her.
Dershowitz is a longtime friend of Epstein's who represented him in the criminal underage sex case.
Could you please? I never saw a young underage woman.
Yet Epstein's former butler swore under oath that Dershowitz was at Epstein's residences at the same time underage girls were there.
Were there young women in another part of the house giving massages when I wasn't around? I have no idea of that.
Dershowitz did say he once received a massage at Epstein's mansion, but from an adult woman.
I kept my underwear on during the massage. I don't like massages particularly.
Bob Norman, Local 10 News.
Roberts.
Well, if the underwear stayed on, clearly nothing happened. Now, I do want to say that is a very specific way to word a statement, ain't it? It's almost like a lot of the underwear that men wear might include a hole, for ease of access in various situations. But if the underwear stayed on, there's no way anything could have happened. So, Anyway, sorry for the brief aside. Let's get back to the pierogi scandal. Maybe he'll offer them another book.
You're the one who won't tell me my program.
It's not happening anymore.
I'm just asking you to read the other side of the story.
I don't want to read the story. I don't need to
Let's
read
move
the
on.
story.
Because you know the truth.
I don't know if I know the truth.
So
That's the
we do
thing.
not
I'm
know
not
the
you.
truth.
I don't assume that I
Can I
know the
read
truth.
this? Can I
Alan, you
leave
can
this
either
here?
be a part of a community or you can be a bully. And you're being a bully.
Can I leave this here for you to read?
You can read it here. I don't know if you want to pick it up. Time to go. Alan, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Remember to me.
You just called me a key. You just called me a key again. It is not a slip up.
There are other people that want pierogies.
There are other people who want pierogies.
That's not an opinion.
Go home, vendor cannot continue to move through their busy line. Can we move this
Has he
conversation
asked me to
somewhere
leave?
else? They have asked me to intervene, and I have assessed the situation. I am asking you to take this conversation out of the public.
I'm happy to do that.
If any of you want to continue this conversation with him,
you can read
we're going to
it.
let you keep going on our line. This is like border conflict.
Go home, wherever that is.
Can I give you guys a tip?
What a great community they seem to have built up there. You know? The only criticism I have is that not enough people were telling him to go back to Little St. James. You know, for obvious reasons. So, anyway, that's the epic legal expert that Miriam Adelson is saying she's willing to put $250 million behind his insane theory. A guy who can't even legally threaten a pierogi stand into giving him a goddamn pierogi thinks he has an ironclad argument that will help Donald Trump get elected a third time. Guys, Donald Trump's brain is already soup. He ain't doing so hot. And he's certainly not gonna get elected on this flimsy-ass excuse for a conspiratorial legal theory. Get him out of here. And, let's see what's in the Epstein documents. You know, we're like a little over 24 hours away from them being released. I'm interested to see who might be implicated in said documents. You know, completely unrelated to this story about a lawyer with an interesting legal theory and an inability to get pierogies. You know, it's I'm just excited to see what will happen. Let's find out. All that being said, let me know what you think down in the comments. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And the comments really do help if you leave a comment over 8 words. Apparently that is what the algorithm desires. So consider leaving one. And folks, join your local Dems to radicalize them. Join your local DSA to make them more effective. And if you need help, join our Discord. Reach out to Dragonfly for help with your local Dems. Reach out to GamerG for help with your local DSA. And finally, check out ImogeneOlivia.com. Gender euphoric lingerie designed from the ground up for trans femmes. And we also tested it with cis men, cis women, non-binary folk, anyone who wants to feel femme. Feel free to check it out. It is non-tucking lingerie, and the link should be down in the description over on YouTube. So check it out, folks.
Riverboat Jack is coming to town. All the viewers gather around. Twitch and YouTube and switching streams. All that content is bursting the scenes. Politics, dating, plenty more. Your sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord. Riverboat.